Our love is unconditional.
What if losing was the best thing that ever happened to John Foster? At just 18 years old, the small-town singer from Addis, Louisiana, walked off the American Idol stage without the trophy, but with something far more powerful. While headlines focused on the official winner, those who watched closely saw something else unfolding. Foster wasn't fading into the background. He was building something bigger, a career grounded in authenticity, heartbreak, and undeniable talent. And now, just weeks after the finale, the young man who once stood quietly in the Idol spotlight is commanding national attention in ways the show never captured. From viral tributes to industry buzz and a fan base that's growing by the hour. The real question isn't why he didn't win, it's where he's going next. John Foster didn't just audition for American Idol. He stepped into America's living rooms like a time traveler from country music's golden era. Wearing a cowboy hat and carrying a well-worn guitar, the teenager from Addis, Louisiana brought with him a voice that felt straight out of a George Strait album and the storytelling soul of Merle Haggard. While other contestants chased trends, Foster stood still and stood out. Judges called him a breath of fresh air. Carrie Underwood, herself an Idol legend, remarked that John reminded her of the 90s greats, not just in sound, but in sincerity. His style wasn't flashy, but it didn't need to be. It was real, rooted, resonant. In an era where authenticity often takes a back seat to algorithms, Foster delivered something rare, country music that felt lived in. And in that first impression, millions knew this wasn't just another contestant. This was a voice built for something bigger. Every season of American Idol has its standout moment, and in 2025, it came not from the eventual winner, but from John Foster. Midway through the competition, Foster stepped onto the stage and unveiled an original ballad titled "Tell That Angel I Love Her." It wasn't just a song, it was a eulogy, a tribute, and a love letter, all wrapped in 3 minutes of raw vulnerability, dedicated to his late friend Maggie Dunn. The performance silenced the studio audience and sent ripples across the country. Viewers didn't just hear it, they felt it. Social media lit up, and within hours, the ballad had become more than a performance. It was a movement. People who had never tuned into Idol were suddenly watching the clip, sharing it, and asking, who is this kid with a heartbreak in his voice and a story in every note? In that moment, John Foster wasn't just a singer chasing a title. He became a storyteller, the kind that country music lives and breathes for. When the confetti fell on American Idol's finale night, it landed on Jamal Roberts, the official winner of season 2025. But something strange happened in the days that followed. All eyes stayed on John Foster. While he didn't walk away with a $250,000 prize or a Hollywood Records contract, Foster left the stage with something money can't buy: momentum. Just days before the finale, he released a studio version of "Tell That Angel I Love Her" through 19 recordings. The response was immediate. The track spread across Spotify and Apple Music like wildfire, picked up by playlists, covered by fans, and championed by critics. Without the show's crown, Foster was suddenly the artist everyone wanted to talk about. Nashville insiders took notice. Labels began sniffing around. His name buzzed in industry circles as the one Idol contestant who might just outshine the winner. John Foster didn't win the show, but he may have already won something much more rare: a lasting place in the heart of American country music. While the rest of the country debated charts and contracts, the town of Addis, Louisiana, made up its mind. John Foster was already their star. Just 6 days after the finale, Addis rolled out the red carpet, Louisiana style. On May 24th, the streets overflowed with flags, posters, and cheers as Foster returned home to a full-blown hero's welcome. Children held handmade signs, grandparents beamed with pride, and neighbors told stories about the polite teenager who used to play guitar at church events. The most poignant moment came that evening at the town's waterfront. With the sun setting over the Mississippi, Foster stood before a crowd of friends, teachers, and lifelong supporters and sang "Tell That Angel I Love Her" once more. This time not for votes or judges, but for the memory of Maggie Dunn and for the town that raised him. Even the governor took notice, issuing a proclamation officially declaring it John Foster Day across the state. In a world obsessed with fame, Foster found something deeper: belonging. While most rising stars sprint toward tour buses and talent agencies, John Foster took a different route, straight back to the classroom. Just weeks after his American Idol run, Foster quietly resumed life as a freshman biology major at Louisiana State University. His goal? To one day become an oncologist. It's a path few expected, but one that says everything about who he is. In an interview with LSU News, Foster explained, "I'll be a musician for the rest of my life, whether it's full-time or on the side. But I've always wanted to help people in another way too." Between chemistry labs and study sessions, he still carves out time to write songs, practice guitar, and book the occasional studio session. Classmates describe him as grounded, humble, and always willing to stop for a quick chat or a photo. Balancing two worlds, science and song, may seem impossible. But for John Foster, it's a calling. One fueled by faith, discipline, and a quiet drive to change lives, whether through melody or medicine. The spotlight from American Idol may have dimmed, but in Nashville, it's only getting brighter for John Foster. Following the release of his emotionally charged ballad, "Tell That Angel I Love Her," the music industry began whispering, then watching, then calling. Though he hasn't signed a major record deal yet, his name is now a regular on studio rosters and producer shortlists. Foster confirmed in a recent TV Insider interview that he's been spending time in and out of the studio, crafting original songs, and perhaps even preparing a debut EP. Online, the signs are unmistakable. Short teaser clips of unreleased material rack up thousands of views within hours. Comments flood in from fans begging for tour dates, pre-orders, and more. And in country music circles, there's a growing sentiment. Foster could be the next face of the neo-traditional revival, standing proudly beside acts like Randall King and Zach Top. But John isn't rushing it. He's building slowly, deliberately, choosing substance over speed. And if early reactions are any indication, his next chapter might be the one that puts him on the national stage for good. Just moments before the winner of American Idol 2025 was announced, an unexpected wave of speculation began to take shape online. Some fans watching closely claimed something was off, that John Foster seemed too calm, too prepared, and that maybe, just maybe, he already knew the outcome. Social media erupted with theories, slowed down video clips, zoomed in facial expressions. Hashtags like #JohnPeep started trending, all fueled by the notion that Foster might have glimpsed the winning name in the envelope before host Ryan Seacrest read it aloud. But if the internet wanted scandal, John Foster wasn't giving it to them. In a calm post-show interview with TV Insider, Foster dismissed the rumors with grace. "I was in a total blur," he said. "I wasn't reading anything. I was just trying to soak in the moment. And honestly, I was at peace with being runner-up. Jamal is an incredible performer and a good guy." Rather than fuel the drama, Foster diffused it. And in doing so, reminded fans and critics alike that his strength doesn't come from spectacle, but from stillness. In a media cycle hungry for controversy, his quiet dignity stood out even louder than the rumors. In an era where instant fame often comes with influencer sponsorships and self-promotion, John Foster is charting a different course, one paved not by brand deals, but by belief. His social media presence is refreshingly low-key. No product shout-outs, no viral stunts, just snapshots of songwriting sessions, campus life, and heartfelt notes to fans. In one recent post, he simply wrote, "I can't wait to keep making music for y'all as long as the good Lord lets me." And that's exactly what sets him apart. Instead of feeding the fame machine, Foster continues to nurture the roots that brought him here: his family, his hometown, and his faith. Fans often describe him as genuine, real, and the kind of person you'd want your kids to look up to. It's a reputation that's not just rare in the entertainment world, it's gold. While others chase the spotlight, John Foster seems to walk right past it. Yet somehow, the light keeps following him, and for good reason. Authenticity doesn't go out of style. As the echoes of American Idol fade into television history, John Foster finds himself at a crossroads, but not one of confusion, one of possibility. He's already achieved what many young artists only dream of: national exposure, a viral original song, and the respect of seasoned musicians. Yet Foster shows no signs of slowing down or settling in. While Nashville buzzes with anticipation and fans wait eagerly for a debut album, John continues walking a line few dare to tread, a rising star who's still committed to his biology degree and dreams of becoming an oncologist. His path is anything but predictable, and maybe that's the point. Whether he ends up headlining the Grand Ole Opry, walking the halls of a hospital, or somehow managing both, one thing is certain. John Foster is building something bigger than a music career. He's building a legacy, one rooted in faith, family, and the kind of purpose that can't be manufactured. So what does the future hold? Could he become the next neo-traditional country legend? A life-saving doctor? Or something we haven't even imagined yet? Only time will tell. But if the last few months have taught us anything, it's this. John Foster isn't just a story America tuned into. He's a story still being written and we'll be watching.